If you're new to the Tommee Tippee Made for Me portable electric pump, then stick around, as in this video I'm going to walk you through all the different components that make up the Tommee Tippee breast pump for both the single and double option. So let's start. This is the Tommee Tippee double portable electric pump. So the single one will have just the one port and come with just the one handset. They operate very similar, so if you've got the single, this video should more than adequately cover how to use it. So let's start by taking a look at what components make up this Tommee Tippee breast pump. So first you have your pump motor. Now this is the brain of your pump. This is what creates the suction. Next you have your tubing. Now this is what connects your pump handset to your motor. Now this is a closed system, which is fantastic. That means that this tubing does not get milk through it and does not need to be washed and sanitized, the same as what your handset will need to be. But we'll go into that a little bit later. Now, if you've got the double set, you will also have two of these tubings. Now we have your handset. And again, if you are using the double pump, you will have two of these to work with. But let's take a look at the different components that come with this handset, because there is a little bit to it. So let me just start by pulling it all apart, and then I will show you how to pop it all back together. All right. These are a bit tricky to get out, these ones. All right, so to start with, you have your cup. This is a round, soft silicone that goes comfortably against your breast during the pumping. This is your flange part here. Now this is a 27 millimeter flange diameter, and that is something to note as well. And I will talk about flange sizes a little bit more later on. Now you have your horn, you have your duckbill valve, you have your diaphragm, you have a diaphragm cup, you have a lid, you have your body, and you have your cup. So, or bottle, I should say, is a better way of putting that. All right, so let's have a look at how this handset goes back together. First, you are going to want to connect your horn and your cup. Now this is actually a little bit tricky, especially to get this flange through. So bear with me. You do want these nice and snug. With anything with your pump, the more secure fit you have, the better it's going to be for your suction. That is part why these soft silicone parts do need to get regularly replaced. So that pulls through here, and you'll see there is like a little lip on there that connects over, and then you are going to want to lift the lip of this and push it over the hard plastic of your cup, and you'll hear it click, of the horn, you'll hear it click around, and you want to make sure that that's got a really good seal on it. And again, it's all part of your suction. So just push your fingers around it and make sure that is on nice and secure, like that. Next, you are going to want to attach your parts to the body. So you have your duckbill horn, that valve that goes, duckbill valve I should say, goes to the bottom. That simply pushes through. You can push it open to make sure that it is working. Next, you are going to want to attach your diaphragm. That simply pops into the top of the body, and then you have your diaphragm cap. Now you are going to want to make sure that this larger piece is facing the top. This is where your tubing will connect after. So we pop that on and push that down. Then you have your lid, which simply lines up and then screws on. So you can see here that you have a connection piece for your tubing after. Next, you take your bottle and you can twist that on. Now, the great thing about these Tommee Tippee breast pump is that it is interchangeable with your different sizes of Tommee Tippee bottles. So this is actually a 9 ounce, and you can see that that perfectly screws on. So if you are one that is going to have quite a large amount of milk production and you need that extra space, you may want to buy one of these larger bottles as well. Otherwise, you do have your smaller 5 ounce, which is perfectly fine. And then lastly, you are just going to want to attach the horn to the rest of your handset, and that simply pushes in nice and secure. Now, if you've got the double wearable pump, you are going to want to attach both in the same manner and put them together. Now, I'm just going to show you with the single for now. If I want to use this in single mode, I am going to put my tubing into the single mode option. So that pushes in nice and firm, and then that attaches to the top of my handset. Now, if you are going to want to use this pump as a double, you take your second tubing and you can place that into the double. The double is represented by the 2 dark circles. And then you can place that into the top of your pump there. And there you go. That is your completed Tommee Tippee electric pump. So how does this actually work? We've got it all put together now. So let's take a look at how this actually works. So when you are attaching your breast pump, you are going to want to be in an upright position. You are going to want to have, pretend my hand is your breast, you are going to want to have a nice upright position where your nipple fits nicely into your flange opening, and a nice upright position. Now you can hold these in place with a great pumping bra, I should say, or you can simply hold them during a pumping session. I really do recommend grabbing a pumping bra, especially as you can move around with your handset or your motor. It does make it a little bit more portable. So once you have that on in place, we are going to want to turn on your pump. Now you can see here that there is a power option. We simply hold that in and wait for your pump to turn on. You will see that you have 2 little options here. One is a wave and one is a dot. The wave is your massage mode, and you can swap between your massage and your expression mode by pressing this button. Now your massage mode is what you'll want to use to initiate your letdown or your milk flow, and you can use the minus or the plus to be adjusting your levels. So if you see on the screen, this has 5 different levels, suction levels for your massage mode. You can see on the side here how many minutes you have been pumping for, as well as your battery life. Now up here, I should have probably said this at the start, you can see that this has 2 of the circles completed now, or filled in. Now that means I am on the double mode. If I hit this button down the bottom, they are gone, and that means I am now on the single mode. So once you have been on your massage mode for around 2 minutes, you're going to want to swap over to your expression. And these are longer drawn out suctions that are used for drawing out your milk. So we swap over, and there are actually 9 different suction levels. So then you are just going to And I recommend playing around with this until you find a setting that is comfortable for you, but also gives you great output. So don't think that you need to go straight to a 9. I actually recommend starting around a 2 to 3 and then seeing what your comfort level feels like. And then from there, you can go up or down as needed. Once your pumping session has finished, now you'll probably want to pump for around 20 minutes. The pump does have an auto shut off at 30 minutes, which is great, so you're not ruining or not leaving it on and losing your battery life, or potentially having a safety issue. So you simply turn off your pump. And again, we're going to my imaginary breast. Your pump is on. You are going to want to lean slightly forward so you do not lose any of your milk. And you're going to want to slide your fingers in and simply push away from your breast to release the suction. You do not want to be pulling that out. That is going to hurt and potentially cause damage. So lean forward, break the seal, and remove your breast. Once you have done that, you can remove the top end of your handset. And what I do love about this Tommee Tippee pump is it is already filled in your bottle. So you can simply pop your lid on and feed it straight to your baby, or pop it into the fridge, or if you're wanting long-term storage, you can simply pour that into a freezer bag. Now, once this is all done, you are going to want to disconnect your tubing from your handset. You are going to want to pull apart all these parts again, wash them in some warm soapy water to clean them, and then sterilize them for your next use. I also recommend popping your pump motor, on to charge. There is a little port up here that you can simply plug that into. It has a USB end, so if you plug that into your power plug and pop it on charge. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask. I will do my very best to answer them. Thanks.